time amount to file a claim or recoverable depreciation, all that stuff. So
Yep.
as long as you're still within those timelines, they should owe for it. So
That's right, man. And they are responsible for it because they had the policy in place at the time of the loss, hence the date of loss. So at the time of loss, what policy was in place? And that's the fastest, quickest way to see who is responsible for that. Now, Chris, you bring up a really good point. If these people changed carriers December 5th of 2024 and say it came to December 6th of 2025 when they realize, oh my gosh, there's hail damage. We were out of the country for 2 months. We didn't know. Now it's December 6th, 2025, which is a year and a day past the date of loss or whatever it might have been, right? Then who is responsible and does that carrier actually have to pay the claim? So I think I got the dates a little bit wrong, but I think people understand, right? So
yeah,
say the date of loss will go back is October 4th, and now it's October 5th, 2025, and you try to make a claim, and the policy gives you 1 year from the date of loss to make a claim. Does that insurer have to come to the table?
well, if they're over that year mark, I don't think they do.
They don't. They don't
Yeah.
have to. And that's the reason we tell you to get somebody to inspect your property that knows what's going on, that can read your policy, that can interpret your policy, and then advise you on that policy, which is public insurance adjusters. Contractors cannot do that. They actually get in trouble for doing that. So be very careful what you ask your contractor to do, because you might be asking them to do something that their license does not allow them to do, where we actually have that. So super long story short is, if you have a claim and you switch carriers, whoever was the carrier at the time of loss is the one that's responsible. As long as you meet the dates and deadlines and obligations under the policy, they should cover the claim as long as there's reasonable and legitimate damage. Why aren't they paying?
Gotcha.
That's
Gotcha.
the super simple TLDR. If you know what that means, it's too long, didn't read. Okay.
Yeah.
Too long, didn't listen. That's that version is the Reader's Digest version of, hey, something happens. Who's the carrier? Did you meet the obligations under the policy? Why aren't they paying the claim? Comes down to that, Chris.
Yeah, and one thing I will say is if you do file an insurance claim with your previous insurance company that was in place at the time of the date of loss, more than likely you're going to have a lot more hurdles to deal with because guess what? They're not receiving premiums from me every single month anymore. And your
Yeah.
insurance company, it's just common sense. So
Right.
that's why I want to get us involved sooner, like as soon as possible, because we know how to overcome these obstacles that you're about to face.